And you ask yourself, how come this country has been downgraded to junk bond status by the international rating agencies? When they look in, they do not see Fumble Stewart alone. They don't see Chris Unclear alone. They don't see the man that alone. They see all of the clowns, and that is why we are downgraded. It is worse now. It is worse now. Because outside of the downgrade, what is happening now? They realize that there seems to be a mad rush for power to hold on, and they're now beginning to get concerned about our stability. But there's stability, you know. And we will find that stability. We will find that stability when the Joker and when Jeffrey Bostic kicks out this Joker down here, Patrick Todd, and start to see the beginning of the rescue right here in the city. My friend, Jeffrey Bostic, the next representative for the city of Bridgetown. Jeffrey Bostic, come.
I don't know about you, but Jeffrey Bostic is ready. City Bees, are you ready? Barbados Labour Party Bees, are you ready? Want to be bees, are you ready? Disillusioned D's, are you ready to be bees? It would be remiss of me if, as the candidate for the Barbados Labour Party for the city of Bridgetown and the next member of parliament for the city of Bridgetown, if I did not welcome you to this majestic, magnificent, historic city of Bridgetown. This is the city that Dan Billy built. This is the city that Owen Arthur built. This is the city that the Barbados Labour Party socially transformed and socially re-engineered. This is the city that has been designated as a World Heritage Site. But I can tell you, that happened because of the work of the Barbados Labour Party. I remember in my previous life spending lots of times in this square, commanding parades, looking at the cenotaph, looking up to those who had served this country well in the past, who had died serving this country. Looking up and gaining strength, encouragement, motivation. And this is a situation that occurs in any country. When things are wrong, people look up to the government. When people's situations are overwhelming them, they look to the government. But when you have a government that deflects those looks towards the opposition by blaming it for 5 years for what is transpiring in this country right now, by blaming the recession, blaming everything on the recession, then this is a government that has failed the people. And I make no bones about that. I'm going to take off my political hat for a little moment and become a citizen of this country. I heard about the Constitution, the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law in terms of ringing the bell. But there's another aspect to it as a Barbadian. My country and your country is experiencing its harshest days. Things are getting browner and browner and browner. The economy is going down, 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 down the drain. And at the end of the day, we are going to prosecute the Democratic Labour Party for the current state of affairs. They will want to put the blame on us, politics. But the reality is this: Barbados, our country, cannot continue as it is any longer. Our country is on automatic pilot. Nothing is going to happen that is going to start to take us out of this mess till after the next general election, and that's an important point. All that is going to happen now is going to be giveaways. We give away houses. We give away iPads. We give away food stamps. We give away jobs. But all of these things are very temporary. They are not sustainable, and they will not sustain the lives of people in this country. And so we need to go to the polls. We as political parties need to put our plan to the people of Barbados so that they can make a determination as to which party is likely to take us from the situation that we find ourselves in. And I say to you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to the central bank governor, you can declare that already the people of Barbados must know that this government cannot take us out of the situation that we are in, because for 2013, they're already predicting very little or no economic growth. So it's going to be the same thing if you return them to office. I am here this evening because as I walk through the supermarkets of this country, as I walk through the streets of this city, as I go through the stores in Bridgetown and other places, all I am hearing and all I'm seeing is reflecting one thing. The shelf life of the Democratic Labour Party government has expired. The sell-by date of the Democratic Labour Party government has expired. The use-by date of the Democratic Labour Party government has expired. And I am going to join with my colleagues in one accord. Time's up! Freundel! Ring the bell! Freundel! Come to the wicket, Patricks! Because your time too is up, Patrick. I want to speak about jobs tonight. A very simple issue, it seems, but one that I believe resonates well with those in this country who are unemployed. And in case you don't know, those figures have almost doubled in the last 5 years. I will speak because it will resonate well with those who are underemployed, because there are so many more people who are working less than 40 hours a week, 3 days a week even. And I will speak on this subject because it will resonate well with the many Barbadians who have no hope of being employed as long as Freundel refuses to ring the bell. I'm speaking about jobs. And it is important because even before the bell is rung, the people of Barbados are being told that if the Barbados Labour Party is returned to office, that we will send home 10,000 people. I don't know where that figure came from. I don't know if that is the figure that is being used because that's the number of jobs, the number of people who were taken into the public service in the last 5 years for whom the government is borrowing money to pay. I don't know that. But I don't know where they got the figure from. But this I do know. My party, the Barbados Labour Party, cannot be associated with sending home large numbers of persons. Never happened. On the contrary, my party has created the largest number of jobs in this country, unprecedented. 30,000 jobs were created by Owen Arthur. 17,000 within the first 5 years of assuming office in 1994. The Barbados Labour Party is a job-creating, worker-friendly party, man. It was people like Grant Lee Adams and Hugh Springer, man, who started the Barbados Workers Union and nurtured it through its early days. Remember those days, lest you forget. Lest you forget, it was the Barbados Labour Party that enacted legislation to ensure that people had pay when they went on vacation, man. It was the Barbados Labour Party that passed law to stop civil servants from getting their pay cut again, man. Lest you forget, it was the Barbados Labour Party that even though people may be laid off or made redundant from time to time, created unemployment benefits that would cushion the blow. The Barbados Labour Party is a caring party, man. We don't just send home people like that. I don't know where that blasted foolishness came from. And we are in a very funny situation now, because we have people who obviously do not enjoy doing the job. People who are not doing the job. And yet still, they want to hold on to the job. But I'm inspired being in Hero Square. You see, there are 3 statues that I can see from here. One is this way. I believe that's the right excellent Earl Barrow. I see Lord Nelson somewhere. But there's a third statue somewhere over there in Parliament. You see, since Barbados and Bridgetown was designated a World Heritage Site, the MP for the city of Bridgetown decided that he will become a monument in Parliament. He has to be a monument in Parliament. And I want to say now, because this is Bridgetown, so I have to take him to task. He has to account for his stewardship. I am saying time is up, Patrick Todd. But your shelf life is not over because you never made it to the shelf. You are still in political mothballs. You have refused to get your hands dirty on behalf of the people of the city of Bridgetown. Time is up, Patrick Todd. No more absentee representation. When I say absentee representation, I don't mean that Patrick Todd is absent from Parliament. But there's a saying, there's none so blind than he who would not see. So if you are going to Parliament for 5 years and you have not done anything at all worthwhile for the people of the city of Bridgetown, you might as well not have gone at all. You're absent, sir. Let's talk about jobs, man. A job is a serious thing. A job gives people dignity, self-respect. Empower people. And before you can house every last person, you better try to employ every last person, man. Because if you don't employ the people, you're either giving away the houses or they will remain as they are up at Coverley, man. Employ every last person first. Create employment opportunities. 5 years and about 3 days ago, the people of Barbados, the people of the city of Bridgetown, gave a job to Patrick Todd. It was a job to represent them in Parliament. And there are certain things that they reasonably expected him to do. Patrick Todd, your people reasonably expected you to fix the bath at Concrete Alley and Mahogany Lane that you say that you were going to fix. That the people need now more than ever because a lot of people's water have been turned off. They can't pay the bills. They're paying sewage tax. And you refuse to fix the baths for the common people of Barbados, the common people of the city of Bridgetown, and you declare that you care about the people. You pretend to be poor. You pretend to be for the people. But when we look at the record, it says something else. And I'm going to show you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, how the Member of Parliament for the city of Bridgetown has been practicing what I call the politics of illusion. He has created an illusion that he's poor, an illusion that he's doing something. But when you check the record, nothing at all that he has said that he's going to do has he been able to do. The people of the city of Bridgetown reasonably expected, and they jumped for joy when David Thompson put you in the UDC, Urban Development Commission, because they expected that some of the roads in the city of Bridgetown would have been fixed. The elderly expected that they would have some repairs done to their homes. The people who have pit toilets expected reasonably that you would have tried to eradicate pit toilets from the landscape of the city of Bridgetown, as you often said that you were going to do. But none of these things have happened. You went to education, and the people expect, with your passion for teaching, Patrick, that you would have assisted with some programs, some homework clubs and reading clubs in the city of Bridgetown. That was a reasonable expectation of Jason Ince from Chapman Lane when he started that club that you refused to assist him with. You are in the Ministry of Housing. The people from the city of Bridgetown reasonably expected that under the Housing Every Last Person program, that a fair share of housing would have come to the people of the city of Bridgetown. Absolutely nothing, Patrick. He practices the politics of illusion. But he's no Harry Houdini. He's no Egbert. And for those of you who are old enough to know, he's no Professor Laha. But I think the most disgusting and disturbing thing, and for which every single person in the city of Bridgetown should say to Patrick Todd, your time is up and over, has to do with the Inter-American Development Bank Neighborhood Upgrade Program, which nothing much is being said in this country about at this time. If we are experiencing the difficulties that we are experiencing, and people in town are really finding things difficult, how is it that we could have a major program that would have brought some jobs to the city of Bridgetown, that would have caused all of those little shops to be able to sell their products, shopkeepers? The Inter-American Development Bank Neighborhood Upgrade Program, United States, $30 million. Sit with the Inter-American Development Bank since 2008 to help rehabilitate the communities of Cat's Castle in the city and the green fields. $30 million we have been paying commitment fees for since 2008. Nothing at all has happened with this program. A government that doesn't have money has the opportunity, based on David Thompson signing for that loan in 2008, to do something for poor people in this country. And we let that money remain exactly where it is. 30 million US dollars. If you look at the report that was written by the consultant about the project, one thing rings out. He says time is running out. Just as time is up for Freundel, time is running out on that project. Well, I'm telling you that time has already run out on the project. It cannot be completed during this term of the Democratic Labour Party, as Patrick Todd led the people of the city of Bridgetown to believe. What he has done, instead of doing his job, he has not even said a single word to the people. What he's done is to be walking around the city like a postman, delivering $10,000 grant letters to people, delivering $100 vouchers from the constituency council during the time that he should have been doing the government's work. So he is not doing his job, but he wants to do somebody else's job. How on earth can you be distributing these things to house owners, and yet still some house owners are getting 3, 4, and 5 letters, one for each person in the house? You know why? Because they were being sent and distributed to registered voters. Had nothing to do with house owners. And what is hurtful about the representation of the man who I'm saying his time to is up, is that he lives on Reed Street in the city of Bridgetown. His constituency office is in Reed Street in the city of Bridgetown. That is where one of these big infrastructural programs are supposed to take place, and the man has not done one single thing about it. He sits in the Ministry of Housing, which overlooks the green fields, and he can see the squalor that the people there are experiencing. Yet again, not one single thing has been done by him. But I'm saying this to you here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you are B, D, or C, whether you are employed, unemployed, underemployed, all of you have a big job. You have a job to do. It's a job for one day. You have the right to hire and the right to fire. If you were working for some of these people and you weren't doing your job, they will fire you. So I am saying to you that whenever this bell is rung, and you can delay as long as you like, Freundel, but you got to ring that bell. The date lies with you, Freundel, but your future lies with the people of Barbados, Freundel. And it can be today or tomorrow. The people of Barbados have decided that the shelf life of this government has expired. Talking about jobs, man. If the current administration, if these guys do not want to do the job, give the job to people who can do it, man. Barbadians, hire somebody who you know can do this job, man. Look at the track record. You've never experienced what you're experiencing now. No money in your pocket. Sparrow say you can't make love without money. You can't make love on a hungry belly. Man, the people want some money to spend. I feel the pain of the people, man. And you got these people going on and on and on as though nothing is happening. You can't give a man $10,000 to build cupboards when they don't have food to put in the cupboards. That ain't make no sense. I am saying to the people of Barbados, how you back on North and the BLP here? I am saying to the people of the city of Bridgetown, the man for the job right here. You ain't gonna look nowhere else. I ain't no statue. I am a man. A real man. You can depend on me. Don't listen to foolishness, man. And like I tell you something too, you know. There's some other people that are asking Freundel to ring the bell. There are some DLP supporters in the city of Bridgetown. Of course, they still support the party, but they want Freundel to ring the bell because they want to get rid of Patrick Todd too. They've told me that. They've asked me to come. And then there's one person I know want Freundel to ring the bell. That's Patrick Todd himself. He wants the bell to be rung so that he can get away from the encumbrance, the heavy load that he carries as a member of parliament for the city of Bridgetown, because it must be a heavy load when you can go to parliament for 5 years and cannot point to one single thing you've done other than to ask people to declare their sexual orientation and you don't declare yours yet. Anything that I ask you to do, I can do myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. This is the start of things to come. Bees ready, bees buzzing. Ladies and gentlemen, tell Freundel Stewart time is up.
You have just heard the next parliamentary representative for the city of Bridgetown, Jeffrey Bostic. I've seen some of our candidates in the crowd. I see Sandra Husbands. Stand up and show yourself, Sandra. All right. I thought I saw Liz Thompson somewhere. Where are you, Liz? Welcome back. I'm also told that Lionel Seymour Craig is in the crowd. That is good, fine Barbados Labour Party stock. Good, fine Barbados Labour Party stock. You know, we might say a few things sometimes to titillate. But the reality is, though, that things are truly, truly hard in this country. And it is so because of Freundel Stewart and the Democratic Labour Party. We cannot prosecute Freundel alone. It is the whole lot. Because if they sit idly by and can't tell him to come back, they are as guilty as he is. And if he can't tell any of them to pull back, then he is as guilty as them too. They all need to be wiped out, really, and lift the pain of the backs off the backs of the people. More people are on welfare in this country tonight than were on welfare in this country in January of 2008 when they came to office. But this is the government that said that they believe in building societies not economies, but they are building a society of beggars. This is a government that today now carries unemployment at near 14%, which is more than double where they found it in 2008. This is what they are building, and they say they build societies. They don't deal with the economy. This is a government that all it builds is pain. It builds pain. Insurance up, road tax up, water rates up, cost of living up, and the rate of all of them up too. But you know that is not all that is up. What else is up? What else is up? Time. What else is up? Time is up. And you know what? I'll tell you something now. That one Donville out there complaining that somebody went in Parliament eating food. But you can look at him and look at all of his colleagues and see why he would be so concerned about if somebody else getting something to eat. Look at all of them. All of them that look like me before January 2008. But you saw them, for example, you see about June, July, swell, even their eyebrows were swollen. So he would be concerned about who goes in Parliament to eat, because he doesn't want anybody to get what he wants to carry home. These fellas do these things, man. Let us be more concerned about where they are taking this country, and they are taking it down in the dumps. Junk, junk, junk. But as Jeffrey Bostic told you just now, time is up. Time is up. Time is up. Freundel, ring the bell, because I tell you now, when Noel Lynch descends upon the